This is Business Rockstars.
Ken Rakowski, Business Rockstars, connecting you to everything entrepreneur. Knowledge is power, right? Constantly educate yourself. Always make sure you are in the mode of education. Okay, here's a term I don't know, and I need to be educated. I think it's shapewear. Rachel, what is shapewear?
Shapewear. Most people know shapewear today as Spanx, but shapewear has been around since modern clothing. You know, women wore corsets, things like that. It's undergarments that you wear underneath your outerwear to shape your body as a foundation, to also hide your underwear lines. You know, just to give your outfit a great start.
I'm wearing shapewear right now then.
Perfect.
No, you can't tell. But this is what was the catalyst behind you creating this business, right?
Yes.
What is the name of the company?
The name of my company is Jewel Toned.
Jewel Toned.
Yes.
And it's all around shapewear.
Yes, because, it comes in jewel tones. It tones your body. And traditional shapewear comes in nude and light colors that are supposed to blend into your skin. But we noticed that it doesn't really match anyone. So we just kind of turned the whole thing upside down, and it only comes in black and bright colors. So it's meant to be seen. You can show it a little, you can show it a lot. If it peeks out underneath your dress when you cross your legs at a bar or something, it's a fashion statement instead of something that you're not supposed to see.
I'm going to try to use a word comfortably. It can be sexy, right?
It can be sexy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Because it used to be invisible, so you wouldn't know. Right? And that's kind of, let's go back to Spanx. The idea to be invisible was kind of their direction was invisible. You're saying, no, it should be seen. Right? That's cool.
Well, did you know that when most women go on a date that goes better than expected, they make a mad dash to the bathroom, take their shapewear off, and throw it in the trash?
Okay, so I don't even know what you just said. I haven't been on a date in like a decade and a half, so I have no idea, okay? But I didn't know that. So that's a good thing then.
I'm sure you're aware that it exists.
I'm learning from you. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So let's go back. You started this business when?
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago. What were you doing before that?
I was the lingerie designer.
Oh, okay. So you got to see what people wanted, what they desired, right? Mm-hmm. Where was that catalyst point where you said, hey, I need to jump over and create my own business?
Sure. So I worked in intimate apparel in New York for about 15, 16 years. Even before that, I was making my own mini dresses in high school. So over that period of time of about 20 years, I just talked to all kinds of women, models, the fit models, customers, people I worked with. When you're a lingerie designer, everyone tells you their, underwear horror stories. And I just noticed that when women purchase bras and panties, it makes them feel happy. It's a positive purchase. And when they purchase shapewear, it kind of bums them out and makes them feel like something's wrong with them. They don't want anyone to see it, so they take it off before anyone can see it because, it sort of shows that there's something, imperfect about your body. Mm-hmm. So I thought, why is that? Because corsets used to be used as a status symbol.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to change the psychology around modern shapewear and give women more of a body positive option so that when they get ready, they feel, they just feel better about themselves, more comfortable.
What you just said makes sense. Was it an uphill battle or was there instant exception? People accepting this?
It was an uphill battle. It still is. Anything new is hard. It's a new category. So to introduce something new, you have to kind of brand educate people, which is quite time consuming, right? So we have to do it through video and explaining. But the second that we do, women usually resonate right away and they're like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. So,
but Sarah Blakely has done so well with Spanx, right? Was there a lot of education on her side on what she needed to do, or was there people accepted it right away?
That was in 1997 or 8, I believe. No, I think people understood that she was taking control top pantyhose and cutting them, and making sort of a bike short. That was her first product. I'm not quite sure because I don't know exactly how she, her brand education process went. But
you have better tools now.
For me, I don't really compare us to Spanx because I think Spanx is amazing and Sarah Blakely is amazing, but we're just making something different, Like perhaps maybe her products would be like more for the red carpet because it's a level 3 control. And ours is more for just like everyday casual fashion underneath,
Sounds like
what
it's a bigger
you would wear
market
every
opportunity.
day.
It's a much bigger market for what you're doing then.
Well, hopefully.
Well, it certainly sounds like it. I mean, what you just defined, and let's go back, and I'm not trying to define you like her, okay?
Okay.
But she is a huge success.
Amazing.
And if you look at the tools she had, they're actually she was somewhat limited. Now you have social media. You have a way of utilizing your current audience and your customers to actually spread the word even more through tools that are online. So you're actually in a better place than she was going back to, almost 20 years ago.
Yes, if Oprah talked about my products on the internet, that would also be more helpful.
But that's one of your options, right? I mean,
Sure.
I was just talking about Rachel Ray earlier.
Yeah.
You know, Rachel Ray, do you know much about her?
Yes, I do.
She's almost worth about $100 million. She has no formal
Amazing.
education in the culinary arts world. And she launched her show in 2005, and nobody initially watched it until she was on Oprah. But Oprah is one of those, it's just one of many. I mean, how many YouTubers out there that can open up an audience?
Yes, we use them every day.
You do?
They're very effective.
How do you do that? How do you knock on their doors to get them excited about what you're working on?
There's platforms and affiliate companies and programs that we use. We also just do it the old-fashioned way. You know, when we naturally just come across them, we're an office full of women, so we watch beauty YouTubes and things like that. So if we just come across one that we think is like special and different, we'll just personally send her an email and explain what we're doing.
And they accept it right away? They like the idea?
They either accept it right away or they don't really get it. But so we just go with the positive. But I'd say more times than not, yes.
So you moved from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yes.
How is that transition?
It's a big transition. Things move a little differently here than they do in New York.
Slower or faster?
Slower.
Slower.
Yeah.
Because of lifestyle too, right?
Not my lifestyle, but everyone's.
I know. I've heard you are at 100 miles an hour all the time, aren't you?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I admire that, okay?
Thank you.
But if that lifestyle or that pace is a bit slow here, how do you change the paradigm?
Well, there's definitely a different tone in my office and in my home. And it's who you align yourself with. Like we are the company we keep, right?
Right.
So my team is all, pretty fiery women. And we, we're friends with a lot of the LA startups that are growing, and we help
actually,
motivate
you call
each
yourself
other.
a badass team is what you say, right?
Okay.
That's what it is. You actually say badass babes is what you say in the group.
Okay.
No, that's what I think. That's awesome. I love that. So you guys have this attitude that it's all about driven. We're going to make it happen. Nothing is going to get in our way.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love that.
Thank you.
And is that what is going to, do you think that attitude is what's going to allow you to have success? Is it not just the product, but it's also attitude?
I mean, I think it's part of it. The product speaks for itself. We get a lot of positive feedback right away. Our return rate is less than 1%.
That's impressive.
We get, a lot of reorders. I'd say about 25% of the people that purchase from us come back and buy it in a different color. So the product does, speak for itself. But I definitely think there's an energy behind a brand and behind whatever it is that you're doing, that you need to set the tone and sort of like align with the vibration of where you want to be.
People want to find out more. What's the website?
It's shopjeweltoned.com.
So do you mind when we come back, I want to talk about you building your team.
Sure.
Because you came here to a new land and you've built a pretty impressive business. I'd love to get some tips out of you on how to do that. Again, the website is?
shopjeweltoned.com.
That's where you go. And also later on, we'll have Simon Mannering joining us. We'll learn about the cause of your business. Do you have a cause? And of course, anything you need to know from starting to growing to funding your business, just go to businessrockstars.com. How do you build a team? We'll find out when we come back. I'm Ken Rakowski, connecting you to everything entrepreneur right here on Business Rockstars.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans. Call Quicken Loans now to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. And for 6 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And for the second year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
Ah, the beginning of a new year. Started off right during Rite Aid's 2016 Starting Points. Because every week through January 23rd, you can ring in the values. With 1,000 Plenty Points worth $10 in savings when you spend $30 on participating products with your Wellness Plus with Plenty card. That adds up to big savings every week for the entire month. But only at Rite Aid. With us, it's personal. Worth at least $10. Limit 2 offers per card per week. Plenty is a rewards program. Terms and conditions apply. See plenty.com/terms for details.
I just feel like something's missing.
I know. What we had was so big.
And warm and bright.
And yellow.
Oh, I really miss the sun.
No sun? No problem. Centrum, the most trusted multivitamins, now have more of the vitamin D3 you need. Get the vitamin D you could be missing this winter with Centrum multivitamins. Now our highest level of D3 ever.
It's not a team without t-shirts.
Custom t-shirts from Custom Ink are the easy way to connect any group. Our online design lab makes it simple to create a shirt design that your group will love. Or you can easily upload your own logo. Whether you need one shirt or thousands, Custom Ink can print any size order. And we know you can't wait for your new t-shirts. That's why we offer free shipping, and on-time delivery is guaranteed. Get a free price quote today at customink.com.
So what to do when you get somebody's business card? I'm Ken Rakowski. This is a Business Rockstars Minute. So when somebody hands you their business card and you say, call me, well, what do? First thing is this. You got to make sure you document that card. Whatever contact manager system you use, make sure you put everything inside there. Next, you want to send them an email thanking them for the moments that you shared, the conversation that you had. Number 3, always text them a day later. Send them a little text saying thanks again for sharing time. And next, call them. They do want to connect. They do want to know you better. That card is just a welcome card saying, please take the next step. See, it's always in your court the minute you get the card. Don't let that card sit there and collect dust. You're missing out on a grand opportunity. The business card is the welcome sign. Welcome, meet me, and let's hang. I'm Ken Rakowski. This has been a Business Rockstars Minute.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pleasure.
Wow, after this long winter, spring is finally here. Time to go out, enjoy the things you love, and put a little spring back in your step. The problem is, if you've got joint discomfort or nagging injuries, doing your favorite things like golf, tennis, exercise, or a nice walk can be really hard. Get joint relief now for way less than a daily cup of coffee. Experience the power of FlexSure, true innovation in joint health. FlexSure is different than the rest. You see, many of the other joint supplements use glucosamine. Recent studies show glucosamine supplements to be inefficient and not very effective. FlexSure's powerful ingredients reactivate the body's ability to produce its own glucosamine naturally. It's joint health at a whole new level that you'll notice in days. Go to FlexSure.com and get a $10 gift coupon for Walgreens nationwide. That's $10 off of a bottle of FlexSure at Walgreens. Take advantage now. Visit FlexSure.com. Save and find a store near you.
This is Business Rockstars.
Ken Rakowski, connecting you to everything entrepreneur. From starting to growing to funding your business, we are Business Rockstars. By the way, our friends over at LegalZoom sponsor the show. That means if you are starting your business and you want to make sure you're protecting yourself the right way, well, you need to, by the way. That means an incorporation or LLC, or if you have something you designed and you want to make sure it is protected in the world of patents or copyrights, you go to LegalZoom.com. Use the promo code ROCKSTAR, and also get this. They're not a law firm. They've been around about a decade plus, and they have assembled great attorneys all over the United States that you can use. Just go to LegalZoom.com and use the promo code ROCKSTAR and get a discount. So, Rachel, tell me about what you loved about New York.
Oh, I love everything about New York. New York's the greatest city in the world. It's a city full of dreamers and people making things happen, and has a unique combination of being a dreamer and also getting it done, most of the people, you know, because it takes a certain person to survive. I love, when I first moved there, I like, you know, opened a car door and it smelled like those nuts on the street, and there was like graffiti everywhere. This was a while ago. They've cleaned it up since then. But I just thought it was like
Was that a
so
taxi?
beautiful, and I love the chaos. Yeah.
So you liked all that.
I love it.
Why would you pick yourself up and move across the country then?
Well, certain parts of it just to have a better quality of life. I love the weather here. It's more comfortable for us to have a startup and our employees. And, when you're working those crazy hours, like it's nice to have beautiful weather with the exception of today. That seems to be
That's okay. It's still
this
nice.
week. But, yeah.
Yeah, we have 1 week where it rains and you just hit it. But if you go back to what you said about lifestyle, it's a 24/7 lifestyle in New York. And being an entrepreneur, it's kind of nice being in that 24/7, but 24/7, yeah. Coming here, it's a bit slower. So coming here, you have to change the way you do business then too, right? So you have to find a great team that works with you, that kind of takes that New York attitude, and you bring it here. How did you find your team?
Whenever we first raised venture capital, I was watching How to Start a Startup. Sam Altman from Y Combinator had a show, and the guys from Airbnb, I think it was Brian Chesky and someone else, they were talking about, culture and like how to build your team. And I watched it like 10 times, and there was something that really resonated with me about how they had unity within their team. They all had the same goals. They all had the same dream. They did everything together. We're basically like the female version of that. We're like a hot gang, We go to Barry's boot camp together. Yeah. We celebrate the highs together, and when we have tough times, we pick each other up. And we are.
You had to find those people. How'd you find them?
That's difficult. Networking like crazy. Tell everyone that you know that you are hiring an A-game rock star team. It's definitely time consuming, and sometimes, I questioned, should I really be spending this much time interviewing people and networking and, but it's almost immediate, like it's a gut feeling. As soon as they sit down, right away. It was either yes or no. There was no like gray and discussing it. It was
But being a startup, funds are generally not the thing you have that's plentiful, right? It's vision, it's mission, it's drive. Is that what you sold?
I think so. I mean, if people say that I seem passionate about my products and pretty driven. I spoke to someone yesterday that's known me since I was 15, and he was just like, you were exactly the same when we were 15. You walked into a room and we're like, this is what's happening. This is how it's going down, and we are doing it. It's not something we're trying to do. We sell products every day. We do have some large retail orders, and our e-commerce is great, and we're up a couple 100% every month. And all my employees have equity in the company, so it's their dream too. It's not just for me anymore,
Again, the website is
shopjeweltone.com.
Shopjeweltone.com. You can order stuff right online. Brick and mortar also, right?
Yes, we're in about 40 boutiques, and then we're just now talking to some pretty major retailers.
Is that the next step then? Is to go after the big box stores? Is that the goal?
Not necessarily big box. We're talking to some department stores. And doing some capsules and some exclusives for them. We're shipping Gilt Japan. We shipped Gilt Japan. I think it goes live in 2 weeks. And we ship all over the world every day. And we're growing our e-commerce business. Tech talent is a little harder to find in LA, but we have managed to do that recently. So we're seeing some interesting things happening.
So let's then step back. And the reason we have people that are listening all over the United States, right? And they're saying, hey, can I build a business in Kansas City or Orlando? And you said, hey, I left one of the best places on the planet, New York, and you came to LA really because you said quality of life and weather, right? But you showed that there's a lot of hurdles. Finding tech talent is really hard, but you managed to do that, right?
Yes.
They don't have the same type of work attitude. It's not 24/7 here. It's not.
No, I moved to LA, not to Kentucky. Like there is tech talent in LA. Yeah.
Can you move to another place with all the skill sets you have and make it happen?
No.
Why not?
To another place, yes. I could move to San Francisco or New York.
No, you're picking this. See, I think if I put you on Survivor, you'd win.
Oh, totally.
Right.
Yes. But I don't know that my fashion startup would survive in the middle of nowhere. But
I'm not a betting person, but I would put money on you're going to survive no matter where you're at. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is I think more entrepreneurs need to be exposed to you, not just your product, great company, but you because you're inspirational. So what are you doing to market yourself as well as the company at the same time?
Well, Ken, I'm here talking to you.
One, very good idea. But what else are you doing on a more repetitive, routine basis?
I do a personal Twitter.
What is that?
Rachel by Design. Rachel is spelled like Michael, so it's Rachael.
Okay, go there. Follow you there. Are you tweeting constantly?
I am. We had an article go live today on Women 2.0. It's a few times I've done that.
Congratulations.
You can find it on there and also on Medium, and then I do write on Medium. We do have some videos of me and my team on our YouTube channel.
But you understand why this is important.
Yes.
Right?
People like to relate to the founder.
Even Mark Zuckerberg, he said for the new year, he's going to do more videos.
Okay.
He's going to be, he's worth $35 billion, right? So we can learn from the greatest that are out there.
Yeah.
So someone like you then, are you mentoring? Since you've gone through the roller coaster ride, are you also giving your wisdom and knowledge to other up and coming entrepreneurs?
I do. I sit on a couple of boards, and I do mentor startup competitions. So I raise money through, I won about 5 pitch competitions. So for people who, they're like, it's chickens and eggs, right? Like if you're,
So you're good.
a fashion designer and you don't necessarily like know that much about finance and aren't in the, venture capital world, which now that I am. But, earlier on, I started just going to pitch competitions. So now I mentor students who have startup ideas and how to pitch.
Okay,
and,
so
yes.
I want you to regress now 2 years ago.
Yes.
Try to remember your first pitch.
The first one?
Try to. I like how everyone does that in disgust. Like, it's like our bad high school pictures, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it is. How would that go, your very first pitch? Don't do your current pitch.
My first pitch was interesting because we ended up having it was at a bar because the person was traveling. So we ended up having beers and playing ping pong. I brought an iPad, and just did it on an iPad.
Was it successful?
Yes. I mean, it was. I didn't raise VC. I mean, he's a series, B.
Next level.
Yeah, it was more for the networking and the practice and all of that. But
was it a good pitch?
I'll have to ask him, but I think so. He didn't throw me out, and we're still friends.
So if you get on a stage today to pitch your business,
yes,
how would that fast pitch sound?
Amazing.
Let's hear it.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm the founder of Jewel Tone. I'm a lingerie expert, and I saw a void in the lingerie industry where women were not happy.
That's it? I'm leaning in.
Okay.
Because that's the elevator door closing and Ellen says, all right, follow me, tell me more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you use numbers or do you use pain? Because you started with pain. Women are not happy.
Right.
That's pain.
Right.
Right? That's your lean in approach right there.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a solution around the pain, right?
Yes.
And do you find that pain draws people in faster than demographics and numbers?
I think you need to start with the emotion to get them to feel something and to draw them into your story and say something a little personal so that they're connected to you. The first thing you should do is definitely say, I am so-and-so, my company is blank. We are solving this problem. Because people sort of like forget that sometimes and just start rambling and you're like, what is your company and your product? So people kind of miss because you're too close to it. So that's number one. Number two is immediately make them feel something so that they're sort of engaged. They're like, I'm in, and then after that, you can go to more statistics and numbers.
Is there any must watch or read publications, videos, TV shows that every entrepreneur you suggest should watch or be part of?
How to start a startup. Watching The Social Network helps
Did it
to see
help?
if you can. Well, not so much for business practice, but do you want to live in that level of anxiety all the time?
Yeah.
You're either in and you're like, yes, of course I do, or you're like, oh God, no, I can't. I need more stability than that.
Did
but
you
I'm
watch The Intern yet?
I want to jump out of a helicopter. Like,
Did you watch The Intern yet?
No, I haven't.
You got to watch that because her character, she is unbelievable, and it shows exactly what it's like to be. I don't want to ruin for anybody, but watching The Intern. How about Silicon Valley? Do you watch that?
I'm obsessed with Silicon Valley.
But do you think there's a lot of characteristics in there that are accurate?
Dinesh and Ehrlich don't come to my office, I'm going to be really upset. I've seen them at my Equinox a couple of times, and I get
are they?
fangirl about it.
When West Hollywood?
Mm-hmm.
West Hollywood, they're there. Yeah, I've seen them there too. Okay. So, but do you think those shows, even though they're exaggerated, they really do characterize
I actually relate to that show a lot. Like, it's weird how, I actually had the same thing where I finally raised money, and then everyone was just like, well, you don't want to overvalue. Like, what if you have a down round? And you're like, are you kidding me? I just did like one of the hardest things, and now you want me to like everyone's telling you, make sure you get a really high valuation so you give up less equity. And then they're like, oh, but be careful, not too high, and that did happen. Like when they were in the bushes, like I did get pulled aside by like a third party that was just like, be careful, and then just the fact that like everything always happens at the last minute. And then as soon as you get to the highest moment where you're like, yes, we finally got like X thing, the worst thing, your website crashes or something in the office catches on fire or someone in your office gets in an accident. Right? Yeah. So it's just up, down, up, down, up, down. There's never really any middle ground. Whenever we have a couple of calm days where nothing's going on, I start to get worried. I'm like, why isn't anything happening? What is your favorite animal? Obviously, a unicorn.
A unicorn.
Because
I like a unicorn.
Silicon Valley investors want us to all be unicorns.
No, a real animal.
I have a toy Pomeranian. Her name is Barbara Walters.
That's your That's your favorite animal.
Mhm.
Is it a dog?
It's a dog.
Give me 3 adjectives that describe a dog.
Fiercely loyal.
Loyal.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Always hungry.
That's you.
No.
No, you're adorable, you're loyal, and you crave to always devour what's in front of you.
Yeah, I'm maybe not
success. No, success.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Congratulations. And last thing, other than your brand, what's your favorite brand outside your own brand?
SpaceX.
Really? So wow,
I
that's
love
really
nerds.
good. I love
Yeah.
that. I really appreciate you hanging out with us. Rachel, if people want to find out more, what's the website?
It's shopjuleshone.com, or you can just type Jules Hone into Google.
That's where you go. Yeah. Awesome. And when we come back, we'll talk about the idea of a cause. Do you have a cause in your business? Because if you don't, maybe you're missing out on that whole millennial audience out there. Ken Rakowski connecting you to everything entrepreneur right here on Business Rockstars.